Welcome back to Tarth Takes Wing, a Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones mod RP-focused campaign. We are Brandon Belaerys. He's here with his betrothed wife, who's also his bully. She's several years older than him. She's taller than him. I think if you saw the last thumbnail, she's a lot taller than him. He did not inherit his father's extreme height, and she did inherit somebody's, probably a Baratheon's extreme height. And yeah, we are planning to, through peace or war, mostly murder, hopefully we don't have to do any more, take over the Stormlands. It's gonna be a Belaerys territory. This is a Belaerys Baratheon union, so long as this darling child father does not have any more male kids. If he has a male kid, we gotta kill the kid, then we gotta kill him. If you two just hang out and don't have any kids, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. Don't have kids. Don't have kids. Don't have kids. This guy, I guess there is some possibility that this guy she might die and he might remarry. But it's pretty risky to try to kill a Lord Paramount, is all I'm saying. We don't need that smoke right now. So our personal goals right now are growing up fast enough to take over command of the area, holding a funeral and or feast, probably feast and funeral, to get people on our side because the country's about to rebel against us. Learn Valyrian. And try to bond with Mellies. And if not Mellies, one of the other dragons. But this was my dad's dragon. I'd love to bond with it. We're just keeping Mellies in the family. Oh, yes, and we saw... Oh, we got another dragon rider. We got a dragon rider in the company. In our knighthoods. Who is it? Who's our dragon rider? Well, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who went riding from Whiterun to Old Rorikstead. It's Prince Aenys. He's back. He's joined us. We love Prince Aenys. He's a great former king. He's fantastic. Prince Aenys Targaryen, you are part of the crew. You're part of the crew. All right, we've got some knights to appoint to our inactive accolades. Maybe they have successors? No? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We'll work on it. We'll work on the successors. Okay. And maybe we find a good family member like Prince Aenys. Ooh, maybe we aren't so hot with him. We'll hold off on that. We'll hold off on that. We'll hold off on that. Wait, why is this guy my regent? What happened to... What? What happened to... Where's the... My study of the Valyrian language is progressing fantastically. I feel like I have all the focus and energy in the world. My name is Brandon. I like to eat fig pie. If I focus even harder, I'll speak fluently in no time at all. I will dedicate all my time to this. Ah, success! After lots of hard work, I've managed to learn the Valyrian language. Endless hours practicing accentuations, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Bello's accent. I am sure he would be impressed with my results. And, of course, Norvoshi peasants now respect me a great deal more. Ah, perhaps I shall make friend with him. I am impressed with friendship, yes. I learn Valyrian. Why is this guy my regent and not my... Not her. Arana Stark was supposed to be my regent. Why are you not even in my court? Where are you? Gone back to the north? Ah, betrayer. Average piety, no. Wait, I am the head of faith. It's gonna cost me a bunch of gold. I can't do anything. I don't want to swell the armies. I need counselor opinion. My knight is training me. Excellent. That's what I want. So Julian leads me to the stables, passing me a saddle and riding gear. He announces that we are going through the countryside with the intent of getting me comfortable in the saddle, for a knight's skill a horse is as important as any other. I hope my training does not fail me. We shall see. Oh, a marriage, I see. A marriage. Sir Damon Belaerys to Eleanor Rosby. Very well. I accept. Daron Kelbar. Excellent. I need this guy to teach me to be a blade master, because I'm starting to think that this may be a pretty hostile court to me. Rubble after rubble, brick after brick, before me stands that which has been left to crumble into obscurity and dust, now completely revitalized. With the help of the maesters and masons, the ruins have been rebuilt as similar to its original design as possible. However, a question remains unanswered. What purpose will it serve? Strong, unyielding walls may see it become a castle with such strength that a force to be reckoned with. The construction of a nearby homes and markets could cause a bustling town to sprawl out from the keep as the heart of it, or remodeling of the interior and its walls into a holier space could prove it to be a respectable place of worship. I analyzed the options, and I should plan for... Now, I could actually make it a temple holding and then hold it myself. Would that be crazy? I don't think so. Instead of a castle. That will make it a temple holding. And then we're going to want to put villages all up in this thing. If we had money, we would start building things of value. I'd love trade ports. We based on our RP rules, we have to start with a trade port. We cannot have any building higher level than a trade port, so we actually need to get the trade ports to level 2s. Oh, we started with a level 2 temple. Nice. The Grand Temple. There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who went riding to a white one from old Warwick's stead. How badly is the vassalages right now? Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Higher liege enters regency. Oh, yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because he's traveling. It's not because he's, like, sick or anything. Okay, okay. Sir Julian tosses a set of spare armor and a dingy rag before me. There's so much mud, grime, and dried blood caked onto it, I can barely see my own reflection. A knight must always keep their armor clean, he tells me. Practice cleaning the spare set. You'll be happy to know how when you're a knight. I hope I can do a good job. I did do a good job, indeed. Ah, consulting the dragon lore. I am not as good as this as my father was. Minus 10% base chance. I don't know about this one. That's pretty rough. We'll take a shot. Useful dragon lore. Excellent. Let's take a look and see if any of my cousins are now old enough. You can go to the Citadel if you'd like. If I had 27 more, I could send Orion. If he'd like to go. I'm not going to force him to go. Bonding with Meleys, a Valyrian reading. Proves useful or it doesn't. We'll take another shot. It did work. We're at 44%. Ariana is a lot of fun to be around. She usually demands a lot of attention, but I do not mind. Every day I see her, my day is made better. Whenever our eyes meet, my stomach fills up with butterflies. Oh, I wonder if she would like this geranium that I found. No, I want a friendship. I have a wife. Rhaegal, the boy that hatched the egg for the white dragon Ariax. Please let me ride Meleys, my dad's dragon. The loose gravel underfoot crackles as Orion and I trudge through it. It brings to mind the craggy exteriors of buildings across the land. I want to build something, Orion blurts out, clearly sharing his thoughts. We should construct something here at this spot, a model of some kind. He immediately starts scanning our surroundings, looking for materials. As Orion scampers off towards a nearby stack of wood, I ponder more on the nature of the activity. Build what exactly? Build something big like a trade port. That's my intrigue. Further my martial focus. I think further my martial focus for sure. I would like to build a trade port, but... Meleys, the Red Queen, is mine. They say no one can know the heart of a dragon, but Meleys has seen mine and she has found it worthy. We are bonded now, a union of blood and flesh and fire, from Evenfall to the Shadowlands of Ashai. Let it be known that I, Lord Brandon of the Sevenest Most Devout, claim the dragon Meleys as my own. Let the knights of House Belaerys rejoice, for a new dragon rises. By honor and innocence. Shall deepen our power. I ride the dragon of my father, as it was before me. You dare use some swinging scales of power like a coward? No, I say. The church is mine. I'm 12. You cannot run my country forever. I will ride my dragon. The ocean stretches before me, dark and endless. Most of the time, I prefer the mountains of the plains, but not today. I lean forward, and Meleys answers. We descend fast, the sea's mere smooth surface rushing beneath us. Meleys' wings beat only feet above the waves. Wind and salt sting my face as the water turns to a blur. A lesser rider would rise now, but I am no lesser rider. I twist into tight, banked turns above the jagged cliffs. Sea spray lashes against Meleys' belly. I dip low, enough that the tips of its wings graze the water's surface. Behind us awake forms, a storm in miniature. I am tempting fate, and I am not done. I have a 10% chance of dying, and the dragon gets wounded, or I can just raise my trade experience a little bit. 10% chance of dying is wild. This is so dangerous. Let the sea try to claim me. Ooh, we got out of it without too much problems. Rhaella Pike. You mean my father's concubine, Rhaella Pike? No, somebody else. Okay, my wounds were treated. Okay. We're good so far. We're good. I'm going to hold a funeral for my dad because I can't hold a feast. Funeral. Everybody loved my dad. I love my dad too. We're going to mourn for my dad. We're gonna do max cost. Is there one that gives more? Okay, that's for piety. We want a friend. We need a friend. I would love to have the king as my friend. It's always good to have a king as a friend. Oh my god. Does the Lannister rank as being above King Balon in terms of power? That is wild. That's wild. Somewhere out there, Tywin Lannister has yet to be born and is already rolling in his grave. Evenfall Hall is to be Tython's final resting place, and I'm left alone to gather my thoughts and prepare for the arrival of the honored mourners. I can't find King Balon anywhere. I eagerly await his arrival so that my plan to befriend him can start. Alright. We are going to invite several people of note. Just to make sure. Okay, I can't invite you. You. We'll also invite... Nope. Can't invite my bully / future wife. If I wasn't bonding this dragon, I would be trying to improve my relationship with her. But I really can't. Can't improve my relationship with her. Speaking of, do we need to be educating anybody? Here we go, educate child. So there must be children to educate. We got Tythan Belaerys, who needs a learning. Okay, you'll learn from Rigara Moat. And then there's one more. Damian, who shall learn the art of the sword. Educate child. He's locked in, my boy, and he shall learn it from Tythan Belaerys. Okay. And then I had someone I wanted to send to the Citadel. It's Orion. He kind of maybe could go. It's possible. To the handsome Brandon. I can think of no greater joy than spending my life dedicated to scholarly pursuits. I will begin journeying to the Citadel immediately. Fantastic. We will get a maester in the family tree. Now we can work on getting everybody else married. Not that many are left to be married off. We will marry our knight to our wet nurse. Nope. Okay. And then we've got some cousins in Dorne, right? We've got some Dornish cousins. Maybe we can get a little... My half-sister here. Nope. That's not so good. How many troops do you have? 475. That's not very good. You know what? We should probably try to make a Targaryen alliance. I'm kind of vulnerable here. I got my ass flapping in the wind. You got a younger brother, Prince Aelor Targaryen. I got a half-sister. Let's marry them together. That's not going to happen. You already had a royal marriage. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. What about the children of my knight Aenys? What if we try to go down that line for a Targaryen marriage? Where is Prince Aenys? Here we go. Prince Aenys. No children at all. Married to Tythan Belaerys. Not good. Not good. This is bad. They don't have much time left to have a child, is the thing. They don't have much time left. I don't know what to do about this. Can we ask them if they want to get a divorce? I don't think our religion allows divorce, but his religion might allow divorce. Hostile. Denounce. Nope. No shot. Can't do it. Okay, so that's a dead end. We'll look at the full Targaryen family tree by age. We got Daella Targaryen, but that's one of the king's daughters. We need someone who isn't married and isn't controlled by the king. This is Aegon's, so maybe he'll let us have a non-royal marriage here. Nope. No. I think we're locked out of having marriages with Targaryens for a while, despite my attempt to carefully set up a future. We have accidentally entered a dead end because of leprosy. All right, well, marrying into the Targaryen line, too difficult now. Let's see if we can get an alliance via marriage of my half-sister to someone in the line of succession somewhere. Quinton Nymeros Martell. What an incredibly specific name. Will I sell my half-sister for Dorne? I think so. I think I will. I wish I didn't have to, but I need the alliance power in case there's a rebellion. The dragon, Melies the Red Queen, is understandably wary of me. All right, we've done this before. I know that she prefers to do this, but we don't need these bonuses. We're at 94%. We don't need to do this. Ah, an indulgence. A perfect time to get an indulgence. Because I need money. Need money quite badly. I take my morning porridge out the balcony. Yes, yes. Let us go out with... How unfortunate. Bond does not increase. I approach Melies cautiously, and am greeted by a playful flicker in her eyes. Despite our previous rehearsals, Melies resists my efforts to affix her saddle, seemingly caught up in one of her many moods. With a mischievous snort, she darts away just as I reach out, her wings unfurling in graceful defiance. Each attempt to secure the saddle girdle or reins are met with a defiant swat of her tail, or sudden gout of flame, a reminder that while a dragon may be tamed, it can never truly be broken. As my frustration mounts, I realize that my time could perhaps be better spent. Better spent than by trying to make my dragon do something she does not wish. Sorry, I got stun-locked by the misspelling there. It became my whole thing in my head. Alright, so we are building a trade port so that we make sure supplies are coming out here. I continue to struggle with Melies' training. I think we are at 94%. We don't need to dive for these other things. We don't need to dive for the other things. You stupid little newt. Why must you always be in my way? I am going to teach you a lesson, Aeneas exclaims, reaching out for a cudgel. What have I done wrong? I only wanted to see what Aeneas was doing. He is approaching rapidly, raising the club in the air. Help! If you tell anyone who did this to you, I'll make sure you perish. But you're my favorite knight. You're a cool guy. I love you. I want someone to marry your children. Become shy or become paranoid. Wow, being paranoid will be brutal. That stress gain is gonna destroy me. I think we're gonna have to be shy, and we're gonna take some bad penalties. What's my personality like so far? I'm craven, ambitious, shy, and charming. I'm like a weird Machiavellian guy who's playing chess with the background of the court. Afraid to face someone is plotting to kill my nephew-in-law Aeneas. Okay, well right now I need him alive as a dragon rider, but in the future maybe let it happen. Maybe just let that happen. I will spend time with my dragon. Day by day I will earn her obedience, and now I ticked over to 95%. No need to do any other events. In a quiet corner of the sept, I hear Alysanne chatting with a group of mourners. She somberly gestures me over. We all have fond memories of Lord Tythan. I was just talking about the time I became friends with Lord Tythan of Tarth. Tell me, have you any memories to share? How could I forget? My memories bring everyone to tears and raise my opinion level across the area. I and the other mourners take a reprieve from our grief to enjoy a great bounty of food. Master Rogar, usually the lifeblood of any feast, now sits across me, misty-eyed from an untouched goblet at his side. How can we make ourselves merry and fat in times like these? Are we to satisfy our hedonistic desires while Tythan, trust me, Tythan had hedonistic desires, and he still does. That guy was nasty. Join me, empty your goblets in libation. The guests seem to agree, and there is wisdom in Rogar's oafish lamentation. We shall pay in some money and gain some opinion. How's our legitimacy doing? We are good? My expected legitimacy is so low that my medium level legitimacy is good. All eyes fall on Mistress Valena as she falls to the ground in lamentation, her hands coating her reddened eyes from view. Valena's sorrowful gasps and chokes have left her fellow mourners breathless, and many offer her comfort and reverence, as if it were her who was to be committed to the hereafter. Eyes must fall only on me? I don't think so. I can only mourn in my own way, or I can only offer comfort. I can only mourn in my own way. I need to lose stress. I'm in a bad way. I'm in a bad way. It's not good. Hunched beside me, bereft of the pretense of propriety, the inconsolable Malentine gazes out into the nothingness before him. Not a tear falls from his eyes, not a word passes from his mouth until he turns to me. The father can be cruel indeed. Why does the wind still yet blow? Why does the sea continue to push to the shore? Why does my body ache for food and thirst for water? The apocalypse is upon us. My grandfather is dead. Where there is life, there is hope. He is insulted, and bad stuff happens to me as a result. Sometimes I feel as though the entire world rests squarely upon my shoulders. My responsibilities as Lord seem endless. Indeed, I have hardly left a moment for myself. I could stress break myself again, which is really not acceptable. Or I could go into the craven shy and choose to become uncouth, which gives me -1 diplomacy, minus stress, minus 10% prestige. This is rough. He has no care for his appearance, falling well short of people's stare. This is just me in real life. Yikes. Before me, a feasting table stocked high with all manner of food and drink, as if Lord Tythan were trying to offer a final act of magnanimity before parting. It was harder to do in this accent, I assure you. King Balon has so far refused to lay a finger on this banquet, however, swilling his goblet around in idle solace. His middle-distance stare falls wearily upon me, and with a quiet nod he raises his drink high. To Lord Tythan, truly one of the greats. To Lord Tythan, tell us what he really meant to you. Yes, good. Excellent, my liege. Important nobility far too great in number to pass by the enshrouded body of Lord Tythan, granting him little more than a simple bow or a nod, as though such gestures were sufficient to show one's reverence for life. My heart weighs as heavy as my pockets, so full of trinkets and memories of Tythan. I can't help but wonder why I should get to hoard objects which rightfully belong to him. I shall give him my steel mace of ruins, which I don't need anymore. Of all the venerated figures in Villainous, none have been more desired than our departed Lord Tythan, with his crowd of weepers and gawkers finding other subjects to satisfy their fascination. I am at last left with a moment of solace between myself and my father. I will be a better lord. Unrelenting devotion. Or grief. And now I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. Summer has ended. Winter is coming. The shadow of mourners no longer loom over me, and I am at last given a moment alone. What quiet comfort I could take in such moments, without the rattling and prattling of other guests in my ears. Just me and my thoughts of Lord Tythan. It feels good. It feels good. The work on the ruins has been demanding both physically and mentally. Despite my station, I find myself helping more and more with the physical demands of the rebuilding efforts alongside my courtiers. Today, I notice my courtiers seem to have a newfound respect for me due to working alongside them. I will get leader by example. Excellent. The sorrowful line marches on. The line to have a last moment with Lord Tythan, a last whisper, a last long goodbye, a last nothing, at the last place anyone will see him again. Truly, it is a privilege to be here. The line brings me ever closer, until at last the figure in front of me parts, and there is nothing but a veil between me and him. Make a speech promising to rule, or speak of his virtues. I shall speak of his virtues. Unfortunate. Now the time has come to commit Lord Tythan's final rites before his final journey into the hereafter. Tythan lays wrapped in fine white fabrics atop a towering funeral pyre. The Septon stands beside you with a torch its light flickering in the wind. To see him surrounded by so many mourners and given a proper Sevenus burial gives me hope that perhaps I too will be remembered as fondly as Lord. I lower the torch to the kindling and watch as the tower of wood is lit ablaze. All that's left now is to wait for Tythan to be returned to the ashes. Beautiful! Is there any other activities I can undertake? Ah, the funeral's over. I can meet my peers. Why not? I can only do it in my own castle. Can I invite specific peers? Because I'd like to invite my future wife. I don't see her on this list. That's unfortunate. Can I go? I just want to visit places. I'm just a kid who wants to visit places, okay? I'm just a kid. I want to visit places. Can I make it any more obvious? We can't trust this guy. He tried to beat us up. The weeks of training and socialization. Familiarization. Yeah, we've all done this before. Together we shall write the legend. How is our Dragon Rider bond? It's pretty good. We're almost about to hit level 1 already. We're gonna have, like, that's the intimidation one, right? Yeah, we got some natural dread. We're gonna pick up diplomacy. We're just a scary guy. I actually have not played many child characters, so I don't know how these go. Normally I die a very old man, which, no surprise, I just died a very old man. But then, you know, some grandson who's already an adult here inherits. So, yeah. Everyone is here. As all the small lords and ladies are ushered into the room, I feel myself growing giddier and giddier. I am thrilled that Elos, the son and heir of my fellow vassal, Lady Tella, and my nephew Mayrel could both make it. Not to mention Pauline, the daughter of my fellow vassal, Lord Herbert. Welcome, welcome. A ball bounces past me, scooped back into the waiting arms of Jarella. Do you want to play? We've got a ball and we could do with some more players. A small group of kids gathers around us, expectantly. I will join. Why would being charming... I will join, and I'll get another stress break. Wonderful. Meet peers. Senior moment. Will you be quiet for the love of the father? Kenrick is leaning out of the mullioned window above us, apoplectic, shaking a fist. You blasted kids are making such a racket. I can barely hear myself think. I pick up the ball as it approaches me, regarding the old man as he chunters down at us. He is truly ancient, maybe even 30 or 40 years old. No wonder he's so angry. Be quiet, you mad old fool. Disrespects the elderly. We're sorry, we'll be more quiet. The things Tanda put me through as a child still weigh heavily on me. The stares, the pain, the laughter. Every time I see her, my mood is sure to turn sour. She might have become an adult now, but I know she'll never become a decent person. Brother, you got no idea what you're in for, brother. Dayella, The girl that hatched the egg has named the dark yellow dragon Grave Fire. That's a fucked up thing for a little girl to call a dragon. My nephew Malentine is obviously hiding something, but just as he agrees to tell me what it is, my friend Bello approaches us and insists I join him for a game of chess. I can go off with Bello, or I can learn a secret. Wow, that will stress me out. This will not stress me out. I think that Charming and Shy have gotten mixed up. I don't understand why Charming is being used here. In so many places. It doesn't really make sense. The ball bounces erratically as it passes me, ricocheting off a wall and into a nearby garden. A split second later, a splintering noise and an irate cry herald the coming consequences. Geryon storms out of a doorway, cradling his damaged maester's chain. Scanning the crowd, he identifies me as the culprit. "What do you have to say for yourself, you little snot-nosed brat?" he snarls. I look around for support. None is forthcoming. Wow, he's got a great chain right there. My mother will pay for the repairs. I order you to return the ball. Or I can go for diplomacy. My mother will pay for the repairs. My spy master has come to me with discovering my acquaintance Mayron is scheming against my nephew-in-law. I don't care. I will not accuse him. He kills Aenys. The only thing I'll lose is a dragon rider. There is no value in an asshole. Get him! Push her into the wall, that's it! Cyrus's voice booms out across the courtyard. She is posted up in a corner to watch Jarella play a game of football, their bias towards the girl clear to see. Suffice to say, Cyrilla is taking it a tad too seriously. Hey, no pushing, that's cheating! Cyrus's histrionics are really beginning to grate. I can form a rivalry with my mom, or just deal with it with ringing ears. Not too good. I will take the option of having a rivalry with my mom. Hopefully it doesn't play out. It did not play out. We're good. Me and my mom are still good. It was good to forget about all the responsibilities for a while and spend time with the other children, but I'm told I have to return to my duties now. We all had so much fun. I hope we can do this again. Alright, let's check out how our vassalages are doing. We're not at fully negative with a lot of our most powerful and wealthy vassals, so that's good. How about aunts and uncles? We're okay. This is the guy we really need to work on, because he's also our regent. How is that northern province doing? The troublesome province of the north. 7 months left. Oh, I think I went past. That's okay. Time's passing pretty quickly and not a lot is happening. This guy doesn't know how good he's got it. This son, Brandon, doesn't know how good he's got it with a nice girlfriend who is going to be very powerful and bring in big stuff for him. It's going to unite the realm, bring back Targaryen power. Alright, we do need to convert Skane. Do we need to promote culture anywhere? Or Westerosi Valyrian? I think everywhere here is Westerosi Valyrian. The only place it might not be is down here. Changes to Westerosi Valyrian in 12 years. I think we can hold off on that. I actually don't need this to be Westerosi Valyrian quite yet. This is a long-term project to be done later in my life. Oh, somebody can get married? Sure. I don't remember why I'm marrying them. Actually, I think somebody offered me that particular marriage. A humble harbor sits at the shore, allowing ships to load and offload their cargo without much effort. Well, won't that be nice? We will fishing net weavers. The workshop here, fishing nets are woven, has been set up day in and day out. The nets are made and repaired. Yes, good. That's what we need. Oh, dynastic legacy available. Hold on a sec. Though the life of a squire is oft busy, today is a rare moment where I have some free time. Despite this, my knight has suggested I should nonetheless brush up on his teachings. I can command voice or military tactics. Diplomacy or martial increase? Both quite good, honestly. So, diplomacy gets me general effectiveness. Martial will get me travel safety, more captains, army maintenance. I think diplomacy, honestly. 5 experience points. We're going to go and build that fishing net area. So now we're clear to level stuff up to level 2 in Skane. And I think we wanted to get kin for bone. Oh, yes. No, we want to get the congenital traits. And then we need to go for the full level of kin for no skill loss while aging and no prowess loss. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Although there is the Metropolitan line, right? Is that a thing? We might not have that. That might have been another playthrough. The lasting line modifier. Ah, I see. As I am playing under Master Matari's supervision, I hear a sound. It is small and weak, but it is there. I look at every brush, every rock, in every direction, and there, a tiny kitten is sitting under a thorny bush alone. Master Matares seems lonely. Please, take it. Take it, Master Matares. Together we shall write the legend of Brandon and Melees. How are we doing? We're doing well. Dragons are for war, not for feast. It will not receive traits. There's no traits to be found here, dragon. I watch my self-assured kinsman, Melanie, talk to other children about the Lion of Night. They were laughing and leering at her for a while before the pushing began. Despite the mockery, she managed to keep the lesson until the first blow landed. I can be calm, or I can be zealous. Is this how you would treat someone preaching the divine word? Is she Sevenist? No, she's somebody else. So do we want calm? Keep saying me instead of telling me what calm is. Okay. I want calm. Stress loss is always good. Now, I am the leader of a religious unit, so it kind of feels like I should almost certainly take zealous. While still children, Melanie Belaerys saved you from being beaten by a group of rowdy youths. Okay. Kind of felt like it was the other way around, but Master Matares is a kinslayer. What? Who did you kill? What would be the point of bringing him in? He is, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. In the hopes that he will buy an indulgence in the future. Kind of desperate for that indulgence money. Alright, what's going to bring me in the big bucks so that the... Well, I guess we can save up for the windmill. That's the real big bucks, because it also increases the percentage. Though, at times, it is pleasant to forget. Right. We don't need to increase it. We're at 95%. I bound into the courtyard, toy in hand, only to find Damien slumped on a bench. He barely notices me, sighing at my attempts to cheer him up. My toy goes untouched, leaving me scratching my head. What to do now? Come, Damien, let us play. Come and play, Damien. You are not so alone, child. I need to push those scales back against him. The conflict that once threatened to tear the realm asunder has reached its conclusion, with Brandon, once the legitimate heir to the throne, now relinquishing his claim. As the dust settles, the kingdom braces itself for a new era, one shaped by the aftermath of bitter rivalry and the promise of renewed unity. The Starks are having their own problems, just like everyone else. I'm 14. I got 2 more years of having to deal with this guy. Alright, let's swing the scales against him. Let's level piety again. Yep. Doggone Maldeeks can be appointed. Doggone Maldeeks. Ooh. We're riding our dragon. Mellies, stomping across the plainside, look up at a sky painted entirely in turquoise. Even the wind is still. Today, flying will depend solely on our strength and skill, a perfect opportunity to practice. I call out Sauves, and with a few great flaps of Melly's wings, we rise into the air, soaring with all our might. The saddle feels natural beneath me, the sky welcoming above. Being atop a dragon feels like my rightful place. I am a true dragon rider. Ooh, that was a lot of XP. Love that. Yeah, we do need to figure out how to turn our massive genetics program into a way. Maybe we can get some of these guys to kiss each other. Yep. Ella Pike. Cool. I'm gonna get her attributes out there still, or whatever that matters. Yeah, we need to get his main line. I mean, Tanda is not being married for her genetics in this case. It's for her power. She will deliver us ultimate power. Her mother is almost too old. I'd say in another 10 years, we've fully locked her out of having a kid. This guy still only has 1 child, and his wife is definitely too old to have a kid. We are rapidly approaching a point where it will be inevitable that we should gain the seat of the Baratheons' power through our children. Now, they're not going to like that. They're not going to like that at all. Their house dying out, their power of Lord Paramount transferring over to us. We may need to enforce such things. You know, if this guy refuses to hand me the legitimate throne, I can just have him arrested and imprisoned. That's true. I can just have him killed. He's a kinslayer. He deserves only death. We will watch your progress carefully, kinslayer. Sir Julian has left me in the armory with naught but a rag. I have been instructed to practice cleaning every weapon here until sundown. Fortunately, I'm good at that shit, man. I've got it completely on lockdown. Aegon Belaerys shall be my fuel. Do I have any sworn shields? How about my nephew, who's a full adult? How about Anise, who is also a full adult? Now, I not only have growing courtier opinion of me, we're also locking in our dread score. We're below our natural dread, and being Melisa's rider gives us a 30% bonus. So natural dread is 31. Good. All shall love me and despair. I think the next project to start working on might be recovering Mourn, because the final Mourn bonus plus 10% holding taxes and renown, personal success, legend spread, those are all really powerful. So maybe we'll put in a couple extra buildings in Skane just to pick up easy quick cash boosts. But long term, I think we need to rebuild the Seat of Morn. Malintine, welcome to the family. Please become a scholar of the arts of money. There must be a more easy way to say that, but I did not say it well. We shall train you under Sir Daemon. We do need to level this castle up. Not level the castle up. We need to convert it religiously. My brother died. My nephew, Jorgen, is my new spy master. Melanie must be raised by a diplomat. We have a diplomat. It's my Septon. So we can go to this guy and find the educate children quite easily. We will make you my youngest half-brother. We will train you to be a steward as well. Steward. And there should be at least one more child. The child Cynthia, trained to become an educator. Who would dare raid me? How dare you? We go now with what we have. We need to get our money back. Dragons, dragons, dragons. I am overseeing the preparations of my lines for the inevitable battle of Coron-Keon. I am directing the emplacements. I see Lord Torrio putting on their helmet across the enemy lines. Surely he can't be charging directly in front of the van. I think this is supposed to be him over here. He is. Like a runaway cart, I see what is happening before it does. Anise descends like a bolt of lightning on Starwing, and the thwoop can be heard across the whole battlefield as I watch his body get crushed, struck from his horse, flying dozens of feet before crashing into the ground. If that wasn't enough, he is then crushed by his own troop charge. The brave fool. Dragon has come. There we go. King Balon II is being attacked by Lord Matares. With the war unfolding, Matares, my regent, has decided that the sevenest most devout shall stay neutral. As soon as I have regained control, I should reconsider and make my decision on my own, depending on how the tides of time have shaped the front. This is what I get for being away from home. This guy is making decisions for me that I don't want. You think I would ever side against the Targaryens on this matter? How dare you? How dare you? I've got his opinion up, though. He's starting to become our friend. My stats are incredible for a kid, by the way. Winter has come. I am 15 now. Low control and county core. Oh, because we got raided. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Eleanor, the daughter of Lady Hemona, has given birth to a son. It is Orion. We shall train Orion as a steward. The firstborn male child who shall inherit should be a learned steward. Just in general. Bella was a good friend. He noticed that something was weighing me down, and I convinced him to share my thoughts with him. What am I truly meant to be when I grow up? Just talking about it with him has already made me feel better. You're so kind. I want you to have my Regdor. I don't know why I gave him a bunch of money, but very well. Any chance I can sway my future wife? I am happy to inform you that Lord Matares has relinquished his position as regent to me after a brief yet lively discussion. Since the duties were weighing on him so much, he will be staying with me for the duration of his tenure, for his health. Oh, I can't do deep and bond with melees if I do that. Okay, is this guy a better regent? No, he's much worse. I actually had a good relationship with the last guy. And entrench regency. I will offer you nothing and you will not accept. I will offer you piety or gold. On decline. With the help of Master Matares, I have achieved an understanding of warfare that far exceeds that of any of my peers. To reach so far in the subject has truly been gratifying. My knightly training alongside this has proceeded acceptably, and I have fought a few uppity peasants with some success. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the man I have become. The friendship I shared with Balin meant a lot to me when we were both young, and to still have him by my side means a lot. The things Tanda put me through as a child still weigh heavily on me, and every time I see her, my mood is sure to sour. I'm a brilliant strategist and a trained fighter. The regency is over. Who shall be my patron? It shall be the mother, in hopes of increased fertility. I will be a chivalrous man, and I hope to go down the courtship tree and then chivalric dominance as well. I will woo my wife and then my concubines as well. I do not need to sway this man. He is in prison, and surely I can have him released now. Let us unsway Master Matares. Usurp my regent, I shall pardon you. He's already doing something for me. What is that? It's not letting me discharge my regency. Interesting. Not available until second moon 161. So I need another year to try to get myself out of this. I will have to sway this man. Oh. My dragon bond is... It is more important to me in the long term than swaying you. Oh yeah, I could just arrest him. Who is this? Aegon Belaerys. I will arrest you. You cannot take overt hostile actions. Shit. I become the head of culture again. How wonderful. Fellow man of culture. Oh, it's the winter. It's probably not a good time. Hey! I'm immediately promoted to the rank of admiral. Nice. When can we get married? Probably it's gonna force me to wait until... Oh, she... Oh no, she's Faith of the Seven. I can't get her to convert. I still can't sway her. When will we get married, my darling? Childhood crush? Bullied as a child? Yeah, this writes itself, man. The fanfics are real. They're real. Oh, snap, a university visit. That would actually be an excellent use of my time. Hell yeah. Okay, we want... I can just fly there. Hell yeah, I'm just gonna straight up fly there. I'm gonna ignore all this other shit and I'm gonna fly there. I'm gonna go so fast as well. Okay, we're gonna go see my girlfriend on the way there. Wowzers. We're gonna see lots of stuff. We're gonna stop by King's Landing and Dragonstone along the way. Yum, yum, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Flying on a dragon. King's Landing. We're gonna go by Harrenhal as well. Why not? Field of Fire. Make our way into the Reach. Hit up Caswell Keep. We'll stop by the Peaks. And the Orchards of Vassaways, High Garden. Then we'll stop down here at Horn Hill. Jaunt on over. And then on the way back, we'll hit up the Starry Sept. Get all the good stuff here. And being a dragon rider rules. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. We'll drop by. I think my family controls this territory now. No reason not to come see the relatives. I'll stop by Dawn. Lay in some plans for conquering it in the future, bringing it into the Seven Kingdoms under the Targaryen rule. Targaryen rule. Targaryen. Maybe we'll stop by a free city. Sure, why not? Go, and then we go home. Actually, we could stop at that little island right here. Yeah, do we have any other options we can add on just for make haste, superior mounts, cultural ambassador? Yeah, sure. Maximum cash, boom, we're doing it. Unfortunately, since you're choosing to take Belaerys to your destination, those of us not dragon riders will not be able to join you on your travels. We eagerly await your return to court, my lord. Bing, bam, boom. I'm zooming everywhere with my dragon melees. I went by to see my childhood crush / bully. Give her a little kissy face. Tell her I'm looking forward to our eventual wedding. Before me sits the ancient rock of Dragonstone. Truly a grim island, as dark and mysterious as the tales say. Endless activity streams around the island. Fishing boats, galleys, and sparse villages come into view. The black smoke from the Dragonmont can be seen days before we arrived. That awful, smooth black stone, or Dragonstone, rose into view as soon as the island itself came into sight, while the walls are lined with stone dragons. I'm sure if I stay here long enough, I would see a living dragon fly by. I think we will go see the Dragon Mont. We saw Aegon's garden with my father. We're going to go down to the hatchery. The Castellan of Dragonstone understood my wishes when I asked to see the Dragon Mont. I am not here merely for the volcanic rock above, but for the vast, ancient tunnels that wind endlessly beneath it, where hot steam seeps from cracks in the walls and veins of dragonglass run along all four sides. And yet, as we walk in the dark, guided only by the faint glow of a single torch, I am left with another decision. Should we visit the dragon hatcheries or venture deeper into the ancient layers? Hatchery. The sheer size of the place stuns me. The ancient light of the flames barely reaches the top of the caves. I feel like I am an insect intruding in someone's home. As I turn the corner, I enter what must be the hatcheries. A vast chamber still lit after all these years surround me. Ancient Valyrian carvings catch my eye, depicting what seems to be the techniques to nurture and hatch dragons. When I finally leave, I carry with me a sense of quiet awe and a feeling that I now understand just a little more of the dragon mysteries. Return to ship. Look at how fast I'm going, dude. I'm absolutely zooming. This guy's trying to seize power from me. The stories of Harrenhal do not do it justice, I believe. No occupant has dared take on the challenge of rebuilding this once grand castle. Instead, it lies in ruins. It is far bigger than any castle I have ever set foot in. Even the Red Keep can't compare. The once great towers have been cracked and bent by dragonfire long before my arrival. Harren the Black had faith in these walls, and his line ended with him. The castle serves as a reminder that the dragon should not be challenged. The grass has long since regrown after Aegon and his sister wives scorched it during the conquest, yet the plains still have an air of mortality about them. Thousands of men died here, immolated by dragonfire. House Gardner went extinct on these fields. House Lannister bent the knee not long after. This battle was the only time all three conquerors fought together. All three dragons fought as one. The battle was a true reflection of dragon's power utilized by three individuals, upstarts from an island who became the most powerful people in the Seven Kingdoms, if not the world. Oh, tragic news for our house, as Starwing seems to have flown off after the death of Aenys. Whether it was grief or the desire for freedom that drove Starwing away, we may never know. It is a sad day for us all, as we must now deal with the loss of Dragon and Rider both. Well, now he's a disaster dragon. Wait, did I not go to the Citadel? What the hell is happening? Oh, here I am. I don't understand what path I'm taking, I guess. Upon arrival at the Citadel, I am directed by an Archmaester to a collection of books. They look ancient, but are clearly well looked after. I should find a comfortable chair somewhere, it seems. This book is rather thick. The book goes into rather intrinsic detail about the various known hatchings of eggs, starting from the Targaryens' emigration from Dragonstone from Old Valyria. All those years ago. I must start studying. I am here to raise my art of war to level 5. Oh, do I have available concubines? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I wish I did. Here I am, finally at the gates of the Citadel, the renowned university seat. All knowledge is collected inside these hallowed halls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase the true wealth of wisdom, and I'll soon join them. Of course, major centers of culture are also active markets, and offer all the distractions a student could ever desire. I have a good stat line, but my learning is a little low for this, honestly. Anatomy of a Falcon. I'll volunteer. Oh my god. I'll get a double stress break. I'll just do very interesting. God damn. I'm not sure that I'm... To the noble Lord Brandon, the knave Master Baylor attempted to have me abducted and the tools of my office confiscated along with me. It is evident he intended to force me from office, making himself your regent in the process. This disgusting crime cannot go unpunished. Bro, as soon as I can de-entrench from you, my wife ends up becoming my... Wait, are we married? It says wife. Oh, we got married. I didn't even know. Nice. I didn't even realize we were married. Babe, when I get home, we should do a little seduction once I'm done hanging out with the Red Dragon Queen. Listen to me, Luther shouts maniacally. If you read between the lines in 10,000 ships, it's obvious. You just need to combine a rock, a register from when we tried to number all the donkey carts in the realm, and a candle, all while adhering to the principles of what geometric shape is most apt to represent the divine. Trust me, it'll work. Perhaps it wasn't a good idea for Luther to study 36 hours straight. I don't have time for your nonsense, Luther. You can hold a grudge all he wants. He's half dead. He's got the pox. My God, man, he's got the pox. Demand an artifact from me. My dad's book? Unbelievable. I decline. Under no circumstances will I give that to you. Teaching at the Citadel takes place in the most part in oral form, and the students are encouraged to exercise their rhetorical prowess and to show the progress of their learning in debates in front of their peers and teachers. Today, Mace, SSB, and Melissa, to take up opposing sides on the topics of generals of ancient and modern times to discuss it out. Oh boy, if I fail, I'm going to get absolutely wrecked. Let me begin. From the 7-pointed star, as everyone knows, I won, so I only got a little stressed rather than totally wrecked. I don't think we're going to get all the way to 4 stars. We might be lucky to get to 3. Uh-oh, my stress is building. I am suddenly distracted from my midnight studies by a loud crash, an ear-deafening slam, and an expensive-sounding shatter. What in the world is going on? The source of disturbance appears to be 2 peasants. The father knows how they got in here, ravenously gulping down a barrel of the university's invigorating herbal infusions. "This'll teach 'em," one of them shouts. "Yeah, they think they know better than us because they can read. Poor unfortunate souls, I shall teach you to read. Join me as my companions and servants." These poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. Did that guy pass high partition law like a jackass? Do I have to follow that? I don't though, right? I have absolute crown authority. We're going to replace him anyway, so. Universities and centers of higher education are always bustling hives of socialization. In these hallowed halls, the students are all peers, all apprentices along the road to knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of a community. At least, these are my first thoughts when Luther first approached me, a suspicious grin on his face. "Join me and my friends, Brendan. Prove to us the resilience of a lord by spending the whole night partying. Then we shall consider you one of us." Well, we'll try it. It worked well. But I didn't de-stress enough for it to matter. The halls of the University of the Citadel often echo with the debates of students and teachers, some of which escalates into notorious rivalries, like between Harlan and Mace. When I find them today, they are, as usual, screaming at each other, trying to prove whose field of study is better equipped. Discuss reason versus faith. Something less usual, however, is that they suddenly notice me approaching and ask me to take a position. There are merits in both discussions. They are unimpressed. Shit. Spring is coming. The winter has passed. My dragon is happy. And I am happy with my dragon. Soon I will be able to seduce and romance my wife. This has been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine the number of wise men that study at the Citadel. the depth of their thinking, and the breadth of their research. Just being a part of the same environment has made me a much better person, and with my new gained knowledge, I can make my way home. I got 2 martial lifestyle perks, but I don't think I increased my education trait, unfortunately. So hold on. We did not. That is deeply unfortunate. Okay. Said we got a book, and that book is Lord Brandon's Weapons in Combat, which gives me a plus 5% to martial lifestyle. As I currently am living a martial lifestyle, we'll throw that on. We'll probably switch back to Westerosi after we're fully down there. So here we have courtship, making it easier and faster to courtship. And let's get back under the way. Flying on my dragon. Ba-na-na-na-na. To the noble Lord Brandon, I write to inform you that there has been an attempt on my liberty. A group of ruffians tried to abduct me. That reminds me, I want to end my regency. When we get back home, I'm totally going to throw this guy in prison forever. Lady Valyria is no longer your keeper of cells. That's fine. Blanket Town. I'm not getting much experience. I thought normally I got a lot more experience than this. I'm finally home. Cool. Seize. It still says I'm still traveling. There we go. Seize control. Offer piety. Alright. Let's do it the other way. Let's swing the scales using my piety. Ask for an intercession for my head of faith. Nope. Okay. Then do with piety again. I pushed him back to level 1 power. Apparently this still isn't enough for me to break free of him. My boy, remember to return to our family once you are done maestering. We will require your services at some point or another. Of course I need ladies in waiting for my good wife. Of course. Makes perfect sense. A wife most excellent. We shall have a feast to lower our stress. Is my wife among those that I may... So, yes, it is. My wife is among those I may honor. And I may also seduce her. Seduce my wife at the feast. I'm gonna make my wife the most famous person in the kingdom, and then I will seduce her in the process. This is a Brandon Belaerys way of lowering his stress. It is getting closer to my childhood crush / bully. Now we shall be married, and she shall come to my court, where with her excellent skills at not very much, she shall assist me in running things. She does not have to be good at doing things, it's okay. She just has to inherit her father's incredible powers. Ah, good marshal, that's what we need. Yes, a good marshal indeed. Can we arrest Aegon Belaerys? Will no one rid me of this troublesome priest? I feel like I have to have somebody killed. Oh, somebody ridded me of this troublesome priest. Master Aegon has relinquished his decision, but now I have a new motherfucker who took over Unbelievable. Will no one rid me of this troublesome priest? Unreal. I will send you money. You're still self-interested, you asshole. The guests are gathering in the Great Hall, the lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. I must admit, not being able to bring weapons detracts to the appeal of a celebration. The mood is bright, the spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, welcome. Servants were carrying out impressively adorned entremets, a number of proud peacocks, skinned, cooked, and stuffed, then redressed in their magnificent plumage. However, as Alysanne brought her knife close to one of them, the fowl came to with a shriek. This one wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at Alysanne's nose before bursting forth among the screaming and laughing guests. The peacock's escape ended soon enough, as Maelle rose from her seat and with cold efficiency grabbed it by the neck. With a twist of hands, a loud snap made the entire hall fall silent. The silence was broken by Alysanne's moans of pain as she clutched at her bleeding nose. That was fucked up, guys. That was really messed up thing to do to my niece? Aunt? Who knows? I have a lot of family members now. I did everything I could, ensuring that Mistress Sarella and Lady Ilaria would be as far from each other as possible. It was not enough, and now they have come to blows in the middle of my feast. One of my guards is close to the brawl and looks to me for the order to convene. Halt, we shall talk about this later. After days and nights of joyous company, my feast is soon going to be over. Most every guest seems pleased except perhaps Alysanne, who's still clutching her nose where the peacock marked her. It seems no one wishes to sit close to Maelle after her brutal disposal of the bird. We should do this more often. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my niece Ilaria goes on and on about troop compositions. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lord? Now please do go on. The feast is dwindling down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my resolute sister Gianna. Jesus, she's tall. She inquires about my opinion on friendship, a subject she is deeply interested in herself. It is a subject that fascinates me as well, sister. And now we are friends. It is such a joy to see my sister and friend Gianna, as we again eat and drink and sing together as if no time has passed since we parted last. We could have been dining in a barn, and this would have been one of the greatest feasts I had ever been to. What would life be without Gianna? The feast is starting to draw to a close, and the visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on Lady Tanda, our esteemed guest of honor. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and a deep drink of spiced wine does the trick. A toast to Lady Tanda. My way. I didn't get... I will not lose stress because I'm shy or reclusive. Shit, I forgot about that. I am in a lot of trouble. I need to figure out how to lose stress immediately. Jester? Jesterize me. Such a classic jest. Such a classic jest. Okay, what else do we have? I need more stress release. Okay, let's do train for tournament. Nope. That's thou. Critical stress break. Fly with my dragon. The fields near my castle are filled with onlookers, peasants, merchants, heads, knights, and children, all gazing skyward with wide eyes and open mouth. They have come to see Melies, but I am not planning just a flight. I am planning a spectacle. With a tug of reins and a word in High Valyrian, Melies takes to the sky in a roar of dirt, dust, and wind. We loop and spiral, dive and climb. I dodge through narrow rock arches and breathe flame onto the sky, shaping symbols and shadows in the air. The crowd gasps, the children cheer, some scream. I ride a beast of fire and death, and for now I ride it for them, but then I see a cliff edge, a ruined tower, a place to attempt something no rider has ever dared. Should I? Let them remember this for generations. Bing, bang, boom. I complete it unscathed and get Sky Performer. Nice. I need another way to lose my stress. Funerals seem to work, but I don't know that I have many people to funeralize at the moment. I guess we'll find out. My half-brother died. He was important. He was I'm gonna try to seduce my wife again at the funeral. I bet you thought I was a dignified person. Hell no. I'm gonna keep trying to seduce my wife, because in the background, I'm busy scheming with my dragon. My dragon pal. Tad Cooper, my dragon pal. Oh, hey, we're actually... I bet you that this will be the end of it. When we 100% this current scheme, it will probably be the end of our training together. Ends your scheme. Yep, that's gone. Okay. Now, we shall romance our wife. Lord Matares ransomed your brother from the dungeons. We need to wait for 20th of 7th moon. That's fine. We're gonna take a pause here. I feel like we're a little bit past time. What's the question this time? Let me know in the comments section. Lady Tanda, yay or nay? Let's do a little bit more about Lady Tanda so that you can make that decision. She's got kind of iffy stats. She's arrogant, stubborn, callous, and zealous. 100% my type of woman. She's an evil zealot, and she works for the faith of the Seven. We need to get her on our side. She's a pilgrim, a warlike courtier, an insightful thinker. She's not very good at very much. She doesn't have to be. She is who she is. I hate to say this, but because of who she was born to. And you know what? She just seems like a delightful person. She is absolutely going to crush this guy's life. I feel like this could be an anime about a quiet young boy who wants to be a hero and his nearly villainous wife, and neither of them know that his father may have tried to kill. Oh, we're getting so close to the point where this woman can't get pregnant and there are no threats to the great plan. What will we call this plan? I think we'll call it the Stormland Replacement Plan. And as that plan goes down, more and more of these duchies may slowly be taken over by the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of our progenitor of our line. Tanthi, what was his name? What was my dad's name? Tythan Belaerys. I also do need to start marking some concubines out after I've seduced and romanced my wife. So that's what we're up to next time, but we got a lot done here. We're riding dragons. We're freeing ourselves from the Regency soon. Everyone knows you don't like the Regency. I'll see you for the next one, guys.